Hello and welcome back to Wonderland. Today we have a very special afternoon tea today. We're at Cliveden House out in Berkshire, very close to Heathrow Airport. So come along with me down the rabbit hole and we'll experience it together. Hello and welcome back to Wonderland. So we have made it inside of Cliveden, this beautiful, beautiful historic house here in England in the county of Berkshire, right next to Heathrow Airport. And we're going to have a lovely afternoon tea. I am so thrilled to be here. This room is so incredibly beautiful. There are huge floor-to-ceiling windows, the sun is out, and everything is decked out in whites and golds and blues. It is the most beautiful dining room, and boy, the view that I have, I tell you, I mean, just look at this view. I'm looking out on the lawn and all the topiaries, and the river, I see the River Thames right beyond me. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the sun is out, and we are at the end of May, so there's nothing more that I could really ask for. This view is exactly why I waited until May to take this afternoon tea. Afternoon tea here at Cliveden is served Monday through Sunday, but there's a different pricing portion. Now, if you're going to be here from Monday through Thursday, it is £55 a person. If you're here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, it goes up to £60 a person. Transportation to get to Cliveden is a little tricky because we're not in London anymore. So what I did, I traveled up the M4, and it's right next to Windsor, very close to Heathrow. You'll probably want to have a car to get out here, but there apparently is a train to Taplow, and then it's about 3 miles from Taplow, and perhaps you can get yourself a taxi to get here. But this is a National Trust property. It's one of the properties that this country takes care of, and so there's a membership to be able to get admission to this property as well as other ones around the United Kingdom. This one in particular, if you are not a hotel guest or a dining guest, you generally cannot get inside of the hotel itself, the historical house, but you can go around the gardens. But because I did have a dining reservation, I was able to come inside. Good thing, huh? So it might be something you want to look into, getting yourself a National Trust membership and your dining reservation, then you'll be in here like me. If you're not a National Trust member, you're going to be charged £10 on top of your normal price for your afternoon tea today. I just wanted to go over the menu with you right now, and I'll tell you what we're going to have. So for our food selection, our savories, to start with, we're going to have a golden pickled egg. It's a quail's egg, pickled onions. We're going to have an estate game sausage roll, smoked salmon and crepe roulade, and an onion tart. But we also get a selection of sandwiches. So today we're going to have cucumber and cream cheese, truffle egg mayo and chives on brown bread, open smoked salmon sandwich, and a roast beef and horseradish sandwich. Wow, that is really generous. So then we're going to go on over to our sweet treats, and these are all inspired by different areas of the Cliveden estate. So we have the Frederick Prince of Wales Battenberg cake, we have a Rule Britannica Red Eclair, a Four Seasons fruit cake, and the Cliveden French chocolate cake. It all sounds wonderful. I have just received my afternoon tea tower, and it looks wonderful. As you can see, it is a 3-tiered stand, and on the top is my sweets. In the middle are my smaller bits of savories, and then at the bottom tier is my sandwiches. I'm really looking forward to trying this afternoon tea out. I was told that later on I will be getting my scones, so I'm going to actually request to have my scones and my tea brought out at the same time. I think that way I might have some nice warm scones. Upon first impression, I was welcomed very, very warmly. I was shown right over to this beautiful seat, and I do not feel out of sorts at all here. I feel very welcomed. And I had my reservations at 12 noon today, and it's now about 12:25. I do have my tea tower, and there's a lot of people starting to come into their afternoon teas. My first savory selection is going to be a 24-karat golden pickled egg. You can see that right here. Very nice and very unique. This is a quail's egg, pickled onion, and it's coated in 24-karat gold. I really do enjoy a pickled egg. This one wasn't terribly pickled, which was nice. I think anybody's palate could handle it. It's just a nice, a little bit of a fermented egg, and they've cut it in half, and then they added a bit of scallion it seemed like, in the middle of it, so you have a little bit of a crunch. So it was a very nice way to start my savory selections. My next selection is an estate game sausage roll with whole grain mustard. It seems like there's a very nice crispy shell outside of it, a lovely pastry, nice and golden brown. So let's give it a try. That sausage roll was probably one of the best ones I've ever had. It was a cold sausage roll. The sausage itself was very, very coarse and compact. It had so much lovely flavor. It was seasoned perfectly, as you'd imagine a good sausage roll to be, just really savory and just really nice. The whole grain mustard really helped elevate the flavor. Yeah, very, very nice. That mustard wasn't too strong. It was just nice and complimentary. Very good so far. My next treat is a smoked salmon roulade with caviar. There it is. So the smoked salmon crepe roulade was very nice. Definitely smoked salmon and crepe is what it tasted like. The smoked salmon was not too smoky. It was just nice and mild. And of course, with that little hit of caviar, it gave a little pop to my mouth, and it gave a little bit more of a fishy taste. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was very interesting to have it a crepe. I was like, ooh, that tastes very familiar. And then I looked at the menu again, and definitely it was crepe. So yeah, very nice savory, absolutely. Ooh, here's my last bit of little savories before I get to my sandwiches. It is a whipped onion tart with Wigmore cheese. Here it is. Doesn't that look nice? It looks like a standard little tart base, but I do like Wigmore cheese. I'm familiar with it, so I'll let you know what it tastes like in just a moment. Ooh, that's good. I really enjoyed the onion tart with the whipped Wigmore cheese. The onion tart itself, the shell was nice and crunchy. Inside there was a savory custard, and then there was cooked onions that gave it a sweetness, and then on top was the pillowy, soft, lovely whipped Wigmore cheese, which really combined well with that sweet onion. It was lovely. Wigmore cheese isn't terribly strong or pungent, but it just has a little bit of a bite to let you know that it's there and it's part of the ingredients. But yeah, the whole little tart is lovely, definitely. So I'm going to start on my sandwiches now. This is a cucumber and cream cheese. It's kind of floppy, and it's very long and very thin. So let's give it a try. That was one of those sandwiches where you're not supposed to knock it until you try it. I was laughing because it's so thin. But in a way, that's the best way to have a cucumber sandwich, because your teeth can cut through that cucumber without making a mess. Yeah, quite a decent little cucumber and cream cheese sandwich. So my next sandwich is truffled egg mayo on brown bread. And it has chives too, apparently. It's another very large sandwich. I love it. I love how different these sandwiches can be wherever you are. It's so much fun. The truffle sandwich, there really wasn't the taste of egg mayonnaise with truffle, unfortunately, and it was a lot of bread. I think if it was a little thicker sandwich with more filling, it might have been better. But yeah, It was just a little bland, but that's okay. You know that I love truffle, so you know that's what happens. So I decided upon lemon verbena tea, and I just received it, and it smells glorious. It is most pretty color of light yellow. Oh, so nice. Ah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Does not need sugar or cream or anything like that. It just has a lovely hint of lemon to it. Absolutely glorious for a springtime day. They have a very nice tea selection. There's about 15 different kinds of tea, and what I will do, I'll take a picture of the menu and make sure to put that up on my community tab so you can check it out. What's nice about afternoon tea here at Cliveden is that they ask you if you want anything else. So I ordered a couple more little onion tarts. Actually, I ordered one, but I got two, so that's always a good thing. We've got some more smoked salmon. So this is called an open smoked salmon sandwich. Here it is on the top, and there it is. I'm never going to say no to smoked salmon. The open smoked sandwich was lovely. Smoked salmon sandwich, rather. It was very, very nice. Because there was 2 layers of smoked salmon, you really got to taste it. And that is probably my favorite of the sandwich selections, definitely. I just do love smoked salmon. My last sandwich is a roast beef with horseradish. Now, this guy, he's been out for a while. He's very, very hard. But you know, it might taste delicious, so let's keep going and see what it's like. That was a lovely horseradish sandwich with roast beef. Notice I said roast or horseradish first is because that's what I tasted the most. And it made for a lovely sandwich. I really enjoyed it. Even though the bread wasn't soft, the filling was very delicious. That roast beef was nice and tender. And it was just a very nice sandwich. I think any of these offerings, they would be very comforting to anybody that would come here for afternoon tea. I think there's nothing out of the ordinary. It's all just really lovely food. Very happy to have tried it, definitely. This is turning out to be such a nice afternoon tea. There's a quiet bit of recorded music being played. You probably won't be able to hear it once my music comes on, but it's nice and calming. People are speaking at normal tones. And yeah, it's a good atmosphere here. I would definitely say get your reservations as soon as you think that you're going to be coming to Cliveden, because they do book up pretty quickly. So definitely look into that. Don't just show up on the day, because you probably won't be able to get in. It is halftime now. I've got my plain and currant scones. I also have strawberry jam, and I have lemon curd, which makes me very happy, and plenty of clotted cream. So let's get into this scone. Here is my little raisin or currant scone. It looks very nice. It seems that it's dusted with a little bit of icing sugar. And I'm going to have lemon curd because I'm having lemon verbena tea. So I'll let you know how lovely this little scone is. So the scone itself was nice and warm. It was kind of a little bland, unfortunately. It was rather hard on the outside, not terribly soft on the inside. It just didn't really taste much of anything, but the lemon curd was nice, and the strawberry jam was very nice as well. We are finally getting to our sweets now. We have our first thing. It is a Frederick, Prince of Wales, a Battenberg cake. That was the best little Battenberg piece of cake I've ever had. It's almond sponge with mixed berry jam and marzipan, but it was so soft and supple. It was delicious, and the berry of it, it just, it was, because a little bit of sweet, a little bit of tart. It was a lovely little piece of Battenberg cake. I can't believe it. I can actually say, oh yes, I like Battenberg cake. I've never said that before. But good job, Cliveden, you did it. This is a Rule Britannia chocolate and red berry eclair. Look at that. This looks lovely, and it seems like the pastry is going to be nice as well, so I can't wait to try it. The pastry was just a dream. It was light as a feather. Inside was a ton of whipped berry cream kind of inside, kind of like a pudding, just it's not like totally cream, but something a little thicker, a creamy custard maybe, but it tasted like berry. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little eclair. Very pleased with that for sure. So this next little dessert is very special because on top of it is a pitcher, and it's called the Four Seasons Fruit Cake. And I will show you a picture right here of the real Four Seasons painting that is on the ceiling in the Cliveden House. And I got to see it before I started this afternoon tea, but look at this. Can you see that? I hope that is doing something for you. But it is fig, spiced orange, apple, and summer berries. Oh, love everything with the summer berries. Very nice. Let's try this little fruit cake. That was just, didn't have a lot of flavor, but as I ate it a little bit more, I did taste the spice cake in it and the lovely red berries, the summer berries. So yeah, it didn't have a lot of flavor, but it was really beautiful to look at. So glad I got to try it. So I've got one more sweet treat. All right, the last one is the Cliveden French chocolate cake with 24 karat gold. And this is inspired by the French dining room that I hope I get a chance to take a picture of and insert here. If not, I don't know what will be there, but it's a beautiful French drawing room and I'm gonna have to do it. But this looks like a lovely way to end a beautiful piece of French chocolate cake. That was the perfect end to a perfect afternoon tea here at Cliveden. The chocolate mousse was so decadent. There was a caramel layer that was, it was ooey and gooey. And then the biscuit base was perfect. Beautiful way to finish off this afternoon tea. So glad I got a chance to do it finally. So what did I think about afternoon tea here? I absolutely loved it. And I would suggest anybody that is wanting a lovely, historical, traditional afternoon tea to come here. It is wonderful. The waitstaff has been great. The food has been lovely. I can't imagine how beautiful it probably is for Christmas time. I mean, come on, really. But yeah, everything has been perfect here. My view, once again, is magnificent. The sun is out, and the gardens are full of people at the National Trust property where we're at. And yeah, it's beautiful here. It is wonderful. So do yourself a favor and get yourself over to Cliveden. I think you will not be disappointed. And I will give this probably a 4.5, definitely, because you know, you can have as much food as you want. You mean, that should be 5 anyways, right? Well, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time in Wanderland. Bye-bye.